Why do you think it's important to publicly talk about the importance of dealing with executive dysfunction in college?
At least for me, I think a lot of people don't realize, and I especially didn't realize, it's not just like academically putting executive function into my life. It's every day my daily routine. I've seen it like even cooking or getting ready. Things that would take people 20 or 30 minutes to do takes me like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And that's
Mm.
really knew there was a problem. In my head, I'm like, I have to do this, this, and this. And my head was so scattered. Nothing was organized or planned. And this was my freshman year. It's just crazy because not only is it affecting school, but it's also like your daily life too.
I am so glad to hear you say that, Caroline, because that is exactly the answer that I would have given. So often, I think adults, even though many of us went to college, forget about how important everything else is. It's not just about academics. You really can't be successful in college and have college give you everything it can give you unless you have executive functioning. Your executive functioning skills are functioning in all areas of your life.
For most of us, it's the first time away from home. So it's the first time we've had to manage an entire routine with laundry, cooking for ourselves, and maintaining a social life. Because the academic piece of it, it's a little bit more unstructured than high school for sure. But we have the skills, or at least the practice, to manage the academics. It all falls to pieces when everything else is disorganized. Everything just kind of snowballs.
Entering college, I felt like everything was a priority. The academics were a priority. The social aspect was a priority. And not having a strong enough foundation left me feeling lost.
My freshman year, going into it, I felt like, okay, obviously, like I need to do really well in school. Like I had such a high pressure to myself and like I wanted to make my parents proud. 'Cause all throughout high school, I was a good student. I took lower level classes, but I did so well in them and I worked so hard. In high school, it's a very routine. You have classes from 8 to 2. When you go to college, you have to hold yourself accountable. And I think that is what I really struggle with freshman year is how can I hold myself accountable? I just struggled with that routine and like setting a routine for myself. And I felt like I was way too deep, like in a hole almost. And I didn't know how to get myself out of it. And I was almost like, I just felt like I couldn't ask for help at that point, which was so hard because all throughout high school, I had so much on hand help. I had so many people who supported me. And when I went to college, I felt like that all went out the window and I didn't know who to ask for help and what to do. I really just felt lost. And I think it wasn't until spring semester of college, after coming back from break, I talked to my parents and they were like, it's up to you what you want to do. Because I did have the hard conversation of, do I not go to college? Like, do I drop out of college? Like that hard conversation happened. And it was really hard for me because I saw like my older sister in college and she was so smart. She was on the lacrosse team. Like she was doing everything. And I feel like she was doing everything so well. And that's part of where the pressure came from also. But I really asked myself the hard question, like, what do I want to do to change? Like freshman year, fall semester, I did not do well. And I was so hard on myself. And it was social aspect too. I was like, I have to find my people right away. And that did not happen right away. It took some time for that to happen. And I was just really struggling with balancing everything. And then I met with Hannah. And I think that truly has changed my life and has helped me so much. And it just makes me, I'm getting emotional, like so thankful for her.
Caroline, when you first told me your story about first semester freshman year, when you told me your story about what happened and how you got to where you were, talk about life-changing. Like that was life-changing for me to know that I now have this honor of walking through all those challenges with you and moving towards finding confidence in yourself and finding what works for you and what doesn't work for you and being okay with that. And I was saying to Melissa when we first met, and she asked me why I like working with college students. And this is exactly why. I love witnessing that growth and that journey that you go through where you feel lost. And I don't want to witness that part. But I love to see that you have gotten out of that and you found where you are. And it hasn't been easy, right? But you have worked so hard and you've tried so many new things. You've been so open-minded. And that's why I wanted you to come today, because It's exactly what I would hope for someone. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
We want everyone to have the feeling that you're feeling right now, Caroline, where you have received that help. You've had the hard conversation, like, I don't know if I can continue, but you deserve to continue. You deserve to have all that success, all that growth, all that happiness. And by you volunteering to come on this podcast, hopefully someone else can find this and have that community, have that knowledge that they don't have to suffer alone, that there is help out there, and that it is hard. I don't want to sugarcoat it and say, oh, it'll be easy, everything in your life will be fixed and it'll be all perfect. Like, no, there's work, but it's worth it.
It is. It totally is.